The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. Let's get into it, Jaleel. Around 10 months, man, since the last time we saw you in action. Everybody's probably wondering what took so long for you to return.
Mine, like straight up, shit, me just trying to get better. Not wanting to jump in there when I wasn't ready. Shit like that, It's like, wanted to make sure that, like, once I got back in there, I wanted to be coming with a solid win, a solid performance. And I felt like those last two performances I had showed that I was like, more so like rushing, getting back in there, and I wasn't really perfecting my craft and working on what I did bad, even in the fights that I won. And, it's like I wasn't like going back critiquing the right shit. I was just like, riding on the win streak and then moving forward and moving forward. Then I lost one fight to Muhammad, and then I turned around and was like, man, I just want to get back in there fighting Hamasi. And, once I lost that fight, I had to sit back and access everything and realize I was like, bro, it's a serious problem that's going on right here, man. And I need to fix that shit before I just hop back in there, throw my hat back in the rankings and shit like that. It's like I really need to make sure I'm looking at every corner of these rooms, you know what I mean?
For sure. And, is that something that you decided on your own, or do you have a sit down with some people to discuss it over?
Yeah, like, that's really something I decided on my own. It's like my agent, so right after that last fight with Hamasi, he had, let me know. He's like, yo, let's let's make sure when we hop back in there, you doing everything you need to do, So you got everything straight, like training good, it's like personal life straight, It's like let's not just get back in there. Cause one thing about it is like, man, I ain't fighting for the money, I'm fighting, be one of the best in the world, you know what I mean?
What were the changes? What were the first changes you made?
I ain't for one, my team, it's like down here, Kill Cliff FC now, It's like back home, I just felt like just kind of not necessarily outgrew the spot, But everybody back there got jobs and shit. Everybody, they can make it in when they can make it in, and it's like it was just really like I just was looking around. It sounds like mine, we good up here, we some strappers and we some fighters. It's like, but uh, we still missing parts as a city and as a region ourselves. And it's like, man, I need to go venture out and figure out what this is. You know what I mean? And I seen it. Like I seen a lot of it was consistency. I seen a lot of it was just making sure you're getting the reps after reps after reps. And man, back home, I'm one of the only fighters that's like able to just fight. You know what I mean? Everybody got jobs, like I was saying. So with everybody having jobs, I can't just, you know, tell, my best sparring partner like, yo, meet me up at the gym 10 a.m. in the morning because he got to work. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that was like really the main change that I made. Was like, man, it's like I got to get to where it's like if fighting is like the only thing that's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you needed that professional environment, basically what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not saying that my home ain't professional because we is, we got the professionals and shit like that. But it's like I said, we back in Memphis, man, we gotta work and shit like that. It's like and you can't knock a motherfucker for wanting to work, and make sure his personal life in order so he can continue to pay gym dues and be able to go to the gym and stuff like that. Like, so my deal is, I was like, man, I got the opportunity to where this is all I do is fight. So I need to be somewhere else where it's like I can go to the gym at 10 a.m. I can go to the gym, 2 p.m. Then I can come back to the gym at 5. You know what I mean? It's like I need to be at a place like that. So that's what I was saying. I was like, man, it's like we straight, we good, like, but we just need to I was like, we just need to be where fighting is a lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, you definitely got that at Kill Cliff. What's the connection man. How did you link up with them?
Mine, shit, really just one of my guys, one of my main training partners, Kevin Peace. He, I noticed he was down here, so he came down here a little bit, and he talked to Coach Henry Hoof, and Henry Hoof allowed me to come down and train, welcome me in with open arms. You know what I mean? So I came down once with Kevin, then went back home, then came down by myself. You know what I mean? And connected with Coach Greg Jones, and made a connection like that. It's like between Coach Henry Hoof and Greg Jones. It was like, it was perfect. You know what I mean? They treated me like, they seen my work ethic out here, and they treated me like I was one of their own, and they pushing me. Like, nah, it's not like I'm just another body down here. You know what I mean? It's like they really helping me connect the dots.
Yeah, from what I hear from your teammates and everybody that's been down there, it's like you're part of a professional team, basically. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's not many of
Yeah, yeah.
those in this game, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you can't just come down here and pay a membership and join the gym. Like, you got to be scouted. You know what I mean? It's like you got to pretty much make this team down here. You know what I mean? And it's like that's what I like about it. It's like they seen something in me. They see, like, it's stuff I need to work on. They also see that, like, man, I got it. It's like, and down here they helping me connect that shit.
How long have you been down there? Have you just been down there for this camp, or have you been down there for like months and months, even before you got the fight?
Yeah, man. So I do like some like basically, mine. I came down here first times like probably around like June, something like that, June, July. Came down here, then went back home for like 5 weeks, then came back down here, spent another month down here, went back up to Memphis, came back down here, for like another 5, 6 weeks, you know what I mean? So basically what I've been doing is like kind of like a tanker man schedule, you know what I mean? Like, go home for like 4 weeks, come back down here, spend like 5 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, and I just kept rolling from like that. So I've been pretty consistent with this team since the summertime.
That's good, man. And now you got this fight, Bellator 289 versus Kyle Crutchmer. He's number 8. You get another ranked guy, which is a huge opportunity for yourself. What do you see in
Yeah.
him and the type of fighting style he brings?
Man, I see see the man, solid motherfucker, you know what I mean? Solid motherfucking wrestler, solid motherfucking, striker in some ways and shit like that. I see his hands improving and shit, you know what I mean? It's like, see the man starting to connect his own little dots as well. But it's like, same time, it's like, man, I feel like I'm better than that man. It's like, and a lot of this shit, as far as like putting it together, you know what I mean? It's like, I've been out here doing this shit since motherfucking 2010, you know what I mean? It's like, so I feel like, bro, this is a fight where I'm motherfucking show them, like, I'm the veteran in this shit. Bro just hopping in, and bro know the right people, then got plugged in at the right motherfucking time. It's like, but truth is, man, I'm the one that's motherfucking getting it out the mud and shit like that coming up. It's like, so I'm gonna show them, like, bro, you dealing with a motherfucking real veteran and shit right here. It's like, and I mean, the motherfucking plus that he just had is like, he best friends with Daniel Cormier and shit. He out there with AKA. He been doing this shit. Man came with Coach John Smith and shit like that. All this two-time All-American shit. I'm like, man, really, the only difference between bro and me, bro motherfucking went to college. You know what I mean? It's like, shit. I was like, I didn't. It's like, when that motherfucker went to college, I fucking hopped into fighting, fucking, trying to make shit happen with fighting, working and shit like that. Like, so, it's like that I'm saying. The main thing I'm saying is like the man got solid credentials as far as like on the NCAA standpoint, and then, when he came out and started fighting and stuff like that, what I mean, he was the right people. You know what I mean? It ain't no motherfucking secret, bro. I was with the right people, and they fucking made sure that this man got the right fights to fucking, test him when he needed to be tested. You know what I mean? Fucking push him when he needed to be pushed, and that's what I feel like got him at number 8, because he done beat the people who he's supposed to beat. You know what I mean? It's like, but my thing is, I'm like, bro, like, shit, like, man, I motherfucking, came through and shit like that, like LFA world champion and shit like that. Motherfucking, I got credentials too. I just fucking kind of fell off, man, with those last two fights. And I think, that, like I said, the thing that I fell off with was like, man, I didn't treat fighting like a lifestyle. I was treating fighting like, man, it's something I'm good at because I'm talented. You know what I mean? I'm athletic. I can make shit happen. It's like, but I wasn't looking at it as like, man, I need to make sure I'm around these people to where like I'm getting these bodies every day. You know what I mean? I'm getting pushed every round. It's like that's why I fucked up at.
After those two losses, did you have any like struggles with confidence? You know what I mean? Fighters, they have ego, and when you lose, that ego can get cracked a little bit. Did you have that, and did you have to rebuild that the last 10 months?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know that's what I had to do. You know what I mean? It's like I ain't motherfucking ashamed to say it. My confidence was cracked. You know what I mean? I was set back thinking like, man, is this something I can do? Can I really compete with the best in the world? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck's going on? But then when I started coming down here training, and then I go back and look at those fights, I was like, damn, bro, you didn't even give yourself a chance. Even when people watch the fights from back home, it's like, damn, bro, you look like you're not even the same Jaleel that we see in the gym. You know what I mean? It's like, so I started turning myself. I'm like, bro, am I just a motherfucking gym warrior and I can't put it together in the cage? Like, nah. It's like, I ain't that. You know what I mean? I just like, I ain't give myself a chance. It's like, I came out there. It's like, looking at these motherfuckers, like, and thinking that this shit was just gonna be like, I'm gonna go out here and show my athleticism, and then I'm gonna shine. It's like, man, you fighting a dude like Muhammad, man, this one of the best motherfuckers in the world, bro. You need to make sure you fucking coming out there with confidence. That's one of the best motherfuckers in the world, and I'm one of the best motherfuckers in the world, and I need to fucking, do this and do that. So like, not just fucking go out and try to rush at them and try to, like with the Muhammad fight, man, I tried to keep up a pace that was completely unrealistic. I'm like, who the fuck can go out there and jump left, jump right, jump forward, jump back, and then be fucking straight? It's like, man, I fucked myself up. And with Hamasi, it was like, man, the same shit. Jump left, jump right, move forward, move back. Man, just all inside here. Like, because I'm like, man, I ain't got it up there. You know what I mean? But that's what I've been able to connect down here. It's like shit straight. You know what I mean? Shit fucking cool. Shit fucking, shit real down here. And I'm seeing where I'm at. I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, I am straight. I am one of the best in the world. It's like, and come fucking, December 9th, I get to show that shit.
For sure, man. And it's no secret, Crutchmer, he's gonna wrestle you. And that's what he's gonna do. That's what he likes to do. It's no secret,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, but you have the coaches, you have Greg Jones, you have the training partners at Killcliff that can wrestle you all day and give you the looks. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Who have you been working with? It must have been a great, great environment to just prepare for someone like Crutchmer.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. It's like, bro, I'm at like, like most working like Gilbert Burns, Nikita Colson, you know what I mean? Shamil, you know what I mean? One of the, he 10-0 in Bellator and stuff like that. Fucking Kevin Lee, stuff like that. It's like, and just in between, it's like, bro, we got constant wrestlers down here, constant All Americans, who I'm standing in front of, you know what I mean? Got Foz and shit like that. It's like, bro, real heavy wrestlers, and I'm standing in front of all of them. Derek Brunson, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, I got that work in, it's like, and it wasn't just for this camp. It's been pretty much fucking like for most of this year, man, I've been getting that work. I've been in front of, some solid motherfucking wrestlers and shit. And I'm seeing where things, work for me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a huge difference from just working your wrestling for a training camp and working your wrestling for like basically a year, right? There's a
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
difference.
man. It's like huge difference. But that, like I said, that's one of the reasons why, we was like, man, let's take some time. Let's just, let's not hop back in there. You know what I mean? Let's just take this shit serious.
Yeah.
And, make sure you're investing in your crowd. Make sure you putting in everything that you need to put in. So I might have to leave my babies and shit like that. It's like, so I'm down here for real, man. It's like spending the holidays down here and shit. Like Memorial Day down here, Labor Day down here, motherfucking Halloween and shit like that. It's like, my baby's birthday, I'm all down here. You know what I mean? It's like fucking Thanksgiving in a motherfucking little hotel, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
Thanksgiving in a little hotel and then coming over here to train, you know what I mean? It's like I think
Yeah.
I'm one of the only motherfuckers who was straight up in the gym, training and shit on Thanksgiving, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great to see that, you know what I mean, you step back and you took some time. Some guys, They just want to jump back just to try to get a win, and then next thing you know, you're
So,
sitting at like 5 losses in a row, and you're like, what do I do with my career? You know what I mean? It happens sometimes.
exactly, man.
For yourself, man, like how do you expect to perform in this fight coming up? I see that you got a lot of confidence, you know what I mean, heading into this fight, this matchup. What do you see?
Man, bro, straight up, bro, I think this fight, for real, man, gonna show it's like, damn, it's like the shit that I've been saying, man, my motherfucking cardio there. It's like my motherfucking fight IQ is up, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna see like intelligent, intelligent motherfucker Jaleel coming out there. It's like, for real. Like that's the main thing. It's like I'm saying I just see my fight IQ working all the way around. Like I know where motherfucker gonna shoot at. I know where motherfucker gonna, look to throw punches at. Know where I can fucking throw. Know where his little tendencies at, where they might like to fucking, blast and fucking sit back, you know what I mean? It's like, and at the same time, I'm prepared for a motherfucking account 3.0, if that's the case, you know what I mean? Because I know bro working on his shit, trying to, like bring himself up and shit like that. I know he want to improve like everything that he doing. So I'm like, I'm preparing for a world champion call. You know what I mean? It's like all that other shit they been doing. It's like, man, I'm putting it in the back of my head. I seen it. I see what the tendencies is. And the way I'm seeing it is that man ain't gonna fix these motherfucking tendencies. And it's gonna fucking come out. And I'm gonna show where my fight IQ at. To where I'm like, I'm fucking past it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm fucking straight up like I'm right there with you, if not better.
December 9th, man, Bellator 289. Go in the descriptions, download the AllStar app. Jaleel, thanks, man, so much for the time. It was a good chat, man. It's good to see the development, and yeah, man, I'm excited for this matchup. You know what I mean? It's an interesting matchup. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro.